Good day, and welcome to Community Chat. My name is Devika Koppikar, and I'm your host. Today, we have a very special guest. Her name is Ms. Tenickia Polk. She's the owner of TP Rewards Publishing, a publisher of educational and inspirational material. She's also the inspiration behind this show. Welcome, Tenickia.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your company, TP Rewards Publishing. What does your company do?
Well, TP Rewards is a book publishing company, and we specialize in publishing inspirational and educational books and other products.
Okay, and how did you get started? How did your company get started?
Wow, TP Rewards, it gets started, I'd say officially, as a teacher, I used to teach computer technology, and in doing so, I taught grades K through 8, and I couldn't find any resources to teach the younger kids about computer technology. So what I did was I made up this story about a figure named Cosmo, and the kids loved him. So, I decided to bring Cosmo to life, and when the book is the product of bringing Cosmo to life to teach the kids about computer.
So your book is the first book you wrote was about computers, how to use computers, and you created a character. Okay, and and I understand that you got an award as Teacher of the Year as part of doing this book.
Yes.
But you would think a lot of times people, when they would go more into education, however, you took a little bit of a different direction by publishing. Tell me how that happened.
Yeah, and I love where I am right now. Let me just say that. I loved teaching. I loved working with the kids. And I still do work through the TP Rewards Publishing, the nonprofit division. But what I did find out, what I discovered is that I actually enjoyed developing the material, the curriculum, a little more than I enjoyed teaching in the classroom.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's what landed me here with TP Rewards and with book publishing.
Okay, so you went from publishing Cosmo. How did that go from that to publishing your next book? Did somebody come with you with an idea, or did you go out and say, "Hey, I want to do this"? How did that happen?
Actually, that's exactly how it happened. Publishing wasn't originally in my mind, but when I was out there promoting my Cosmo book, my first author, Daryl Mackey, he saw my book, and at the time, he was actually signed on to publish with another publishing company, but it had been sitting with this company for years and without any progress. So he asked me if I could help him to publish his first book, which was Team Esteem is the Key to a Teen's Financial Dreams. So once I brought him aboard, of course, with TP Rewards, we were able to get the job done, and I was able to help him get his money back from the other publishing company.
Oh, wow, okay. So in addition to publishing books, you do something unique that other companies don't do. You put on events based on the book. Can you share a little bit more about that?
Yes, TP Rewards and community are very much intertwined. TP Rewards is the heart of who I am, and I am very much always been involved in the community, and it's just a natural fit. The authors that we have, a lot of them are educators and community experts, and they publish their books to give back. They want to help themselves, but they enjoy helping others as well. And so when I realized that, we developed a nonprofit, TP Rewards Publishing Incorporated, and through that nonprofit, we actually take the materials from the book and we develop programs and workshops, and then we deliver those workshops and programs to the communities because as a teacher, I know, or what I learned is that sometimes it takes a little bit more than just giving someone a book. The message in the book is more important. It's too important to trust that especially when you're dealing with youth, that they'll actually read it. So we give them teasers, something to introduce them to it.
Okay. And would you like to share anything about any of the books that you've published and how that's made a difference in the community?
Well, like I said, going back to Mr. Mackey's book, we've actually developed several financial literacy workshops, which have been just a huge help in the community. We've gotten a lot of positive feedback from those financial literacy workshops. We also provide math workshops for younger kids, and this comes from, like I said, I've had experience with working with kids of all ages, and the math workshop is really to kind of reacquaint the kids to math. Some kids have a fear of math, and these workshops gives them a friendly reintroduction to math to get them a little more excited about learning it. Another book, actually one that we just recently published, is very dear to my heart because this is a project that I started maybe 12 years ago, but we just published it. And you know, it wasn't my intention to publish it then, but it involved, it's actually an audio book, and it involved a live interview with Ernest Green of the Little Rock Nine. And actually, when I first came to the DC metropolitan area, I interviewed him, asking him how he had overcome barriers, you know, cultural barriers, corporate barriers. At the time, I was actually working at a lobbying firm, which, you know, he worked in the administration. So he gave me some very helpful advice. And what we did was I took the time to reflect on the advice that he gave me 12 years ago. And we packaged it all into a nice audio book so that others may learn from it. It deals a lot with the soft skills, soft job skills that are needed to survive today.
Okay. And you said that you also have a book that you just published called The PR Connection.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about that?
Yes. The PR Connection, I think, really fills a huge gap in the self-publishing industry, and that's what it's for. I get a lot of authors who come to me and ask me advice on how to sell their books or what to do next, and that's what this book actually answers that question for them. What do you do next? There's a lot of people publishing books, but they don't understand the full, they don't have the full view of what's involved in publishing, what to do after the book is published. So what the PR Connection does is it gives them some tools and some guidance on how to get publicity for their books. Once they get publicity for their books, and TP Rewards has been very successful in doing that, that helps them to establish their credibility. And a lot of the authors that I work with, they're community leaders, they're educators, and they have valuable messages, and so we want to help them to get it out. Once they establish their credibility, then they're able to get more speaking engagements. Okay, no one really wants to be the first person to take a risk on someone, you know, to have them to be a keynote speaker somewhere. So they get more speaking engagements, and then in turn they get also more book sales.
Okay. All right, and I know you yourself have an inspirational story, but we're running out of time. Can you what is your website so that people can learn more about you and your company?
Yeah, sure. Please do look us up at www.tp-rewards.com. That's tp-rewards.com.
All right. Thanks a lot. And thanks a lot for joining us today.
Thank you.